All right, we are live. What's up, party people? I'm Dave, I'm a CPA, and today we're going live in Excel because nobody is going live in Excel. So we are doing it to be different. I wear a pig hat, I go by the piggy bank accountant. I am a CPA. I do Microsoft Excel 24 hours a day. No, for real, 40 hours a week. And today we're gonna go through the video we're gonna go through a template in Excel actually, which is called Welcome to Excel. It's built in Excel, and I will add some voiceover. So if you catch me live, feel free to type in the chat as I will answer your questions. If you don't catch me live, crack a beer. We're here to chill. We're here to learn Excel. Put your own music because I can't because of copyright. Again, I'm Dave. I'm a CPA. I work for a Big Four. So I'm an accountant. If you don't know what a CPA is, a chartered professional accountant. I work for a Big Four. I worked for Ubisoft a few years. I'm a huge gamer, and I am currently working in a tech startup, and I'm trying to teach Excel for free because I just love it. So today we're going to go through the Excel basics. So I'm pretty sure even though you are intermediate level in Excel, this video can still suit you. Feel free to use the timeline. I will put some chapters in there so you can skip to specific parts, but you will learn some stuff today, I swear. And if you can catch me live, say something in the chat, just say hi, I will answer. I'm pretty used to streaming. I'm a huge gamer, as I said. And why do I wear a pig hat? Because I'm the piggy bank accountant. That is my brand. All right, that's enough. That's enough of me. I'm David. Feel free, guys, to ask any question. We're gonna go live. I don't know how long this is gonna be. This is gonna be completely unedited. So here we go. Let's go. Shift F2, swap into Excel. So I highly recommend you to follow me, open a workbook with me, and do it at the same time. I will try to be as much vocal as I can, as clear as I can. Yeah, but so let's go, guys. So I'm here in Excel. I just open a new workbook. You click on new, and then you click on this one, welcome to Excel. I really like this template. We're gonna go through, and then we're gonna click on create, and I'm just gonna kind of voice over. So this is a template that Microsoft made to really people that never opened Excel or are afraid of Excel. They made this. There is 10 tab, as you can see at the bottom. We're going to go through the add functions, I'm guessing sum, etc., over the fill, over the split, transpose, sort and filter, tables, drop downs, analyze, charts, and pivot tables. If you heard of all of that, you can leave right now. You can close. I'm kidding. Make sure you like the video so it spreads to more people, and make sure you follow the biggest pig in North America, because that's me, your next Excel go-to hub. All right, let's go, guys. I have a lot of videos on my channels as well to teach you some shortcuts, a lot of stuff in Excel, but today we're focusing on the beginner. I don't know how to say that. Anyway, let's go. So you get there, you click on let's go. It's gonna bring you to the first tab. I'm gonna try to zoom a little bit. Okay, and my face doesn't cover. So here they show you how to do a sum. So this one is pretty easy. So what they try to tell us is like how to do a sum. So equal sum. To do a formula in Excel, you need to type equal and then sum and then drag your data, right? And then what you can do here, it's pretty simple. Instead of typing it again, you can only Control C, which is the copy, and paste. As you can see, when I press F2, my sum translated to the other cells. So pretty basic formula here. And what they tell us that you can do as well, which is really nice, if you do sum very often and you don't want to type it in, you press Alt plus equal on your keyboard, and it's pretty easy, equal sum, Alt equal, and it writes the formula itself. So you don't need to write anything. It can be really fast sometimes if you want to save some time. So that's what they tell us here. And also the first tip that they give us is the sum if formula. So step number 5 to the left, they say type sum if. So what is sum if? It's easy. If is a criteria. So if I want to say, okay, I want to do the sum if it's in department A, or I want to do the sum only if it's above 50, because I want to know how many products that sold above 50, then that's what they tell us here. add only the numbers over 50, select the last yellow cell, type sum if, so we're going to do it, sum if, and then we have the formula, the range. So what is the range of your criteria? So I want to go here. And what is the criteria? You have to put those little bracket when it's a number, and you say above 50, you close the bracket, and then you go select the sum range. See, it gives me 100. It makes sense because the only product that is above 100 is the donut here in yellow. So it gives me 100. But what if I would put a equal before the 50? It's supposed to include the cakes as well. Yes, so it includes the bread, which is equals to 50, the cakes, and the donuts. So it gives me the 200 as a result. So we just went through the sum and the sum if function. Pretty easy, right? So we're going to click on next step. Oh, sorry, it brings me to the second tab. I don't want to do this. Here about the sum, they are giving us some other tips. So they were giving us, see, as you can do a sum, what you could do is add multiple stuff. So the number 1, we want to add those 2, we put a comma, then we want to add those 3, then we put this. So you see, you don't have to go select every cell. You can add some range. You separate with a comma the range. Anyways, here with the sum if, they talk about the little bracket that I told you earlier, but it's not really important. But guys, the sum if function, if you don't know it, it's a really useful formula. It can be really useful in a lot of scenarios, and maybe we go further on this. Feel free to ask your question in the chat or in the comments below, guys. I'm really responsive. I respond to everyone because I have no life. I spend my life in Excel. So let's do this. All right, so that was the sum and the sum if, super easy formula, really useful, especially the alt equal shortcut. We're gonna go into the fill. So here, what they tell me is they're gonna learn me how to drag a formula. So sometimes I see people, as you can see here, the formula, I press F2 to toggle it. Sometimes it's easier to validate my information or review people when I want to review an Excel workbook. So what they tell us here is that you can fill. It means you can drag a formula. So you see my big cursor here. I will try to zoom a little bit. When I go at the bottom right of the cell, it gives me like a little plus sign. That means that I am at the right spot to drag my formula. And what dragging a formula does is it avoids that you type it again. It's just faster, right? You go like this, you drag your mouse, and then boom, as you can see, my formula dragged down. Just be careful when you do this to verify what is the result that you have received, especially when you're not used with Excel because you don't really know the behavior, right? So another thing you can do is do Control C, and then you select the range, and then you do Control V. So it's gonna copy the formula and not the values. That's really important. So here, click and drag and select these 4 and then press Control D. Okay, they're gonna try to bring me another shortcut. Let's see. So I drag the formula and then I press Control D. I'm not sure what it does. Oh, okay. Anyway, I'm not sure why they told me this. So that's the dragging the formula. So you can go to the left and see when I go to the left, it does something weird, and then you can go to the right, and then I broke everything. So here, when you break everything in Excel, quick shortcut, Control Z, or you can click the little arrow at the top left here. It goes back, it's undo. So it will undo your latest action, and you can go on the one here, Control Y or redo, you just click. So you save a lot of edit. Here, what they tell us is fill a series. What they want to do here, I'm not too sure. Anyways, that was probably the most important tip, dragging the formula. Okay, this is really important, guys. This is gonna change your life, I swear God. Okay, so this is the split. you probably heard when I do short video, this is the most popular function every time because flash fill saves lives, guys. I tell you, it saves lives. I will just show you. So here we have a list of email, okay? And they're all separated by the same type of stuff, which is a dot between the first name and the last name. But let's say you want to have, I don't know, you want to have another listing because it doesn't work. You need to have a separate listing, blah, blah, blah. So what you can do is flash fill. Here I'm going to write Nancy because it's before the dot. And then I press Control E. Control E, and look what it did. It's a shortcut for flash fill. So it put all the first name before the dot in this cell here. Pretty easy, right? Pretty cool. And then we do the same here, Smith, Control E, and boom, easy clap in the chat. All right, so what do they have us next? See, so it's the same thing. Split a column based on delimiter. Okay, they are gonna show us something different, which is really useful because sometimes when you get some file from a system, it's very often in .csv, which is a format of like not a code, but you know it's weird. Like you open this in Excel and all you see is like a shitload of text, and you're like, oh my god, what can I do with this? It's because it's old data or whatever. It's formatted in some kind of code, but the split with delimiter will save your life. Again, here we could probably use flash fill, as you can see, but we're going to use something different. Flash fill is Control E, and then the company name, Contoso Ltd. I write it once, Control E, boom, bang, boom, piff, easy clap, easy. But we're going to show you guys the split by delimiter. As I said, you will have some file in CSV, sometime .csv. So I select my data and I go into the data tab and they go into text to column. Everything that I'm saying is written here to the left. So it's really like an Excel built template. And then we're going to go here, text to column. So it's easy, right? It's swap your text into columns using a delimiter. So you click here on delimited and then you click next. And then you tell Excel, okay, with which symbol my text is splitted or needs to be splitted, like, you know, so you understand. So here you can see everything that I want split, it's by a comma. So you can click on comma and look at the data preview here. I cannot make it bigger, unfortunately, but it's gonna split you in every column, all of your data. And let's say it would have been something else than a tab, a semicolon, a comma, or a space. You click on other, and then you enter whatever you want. It could be a number, it could be parenthesis, anything that is separated. So we're gonna click on comma, we're gonna click on next, we're gonna click on finish. So look what it did. Sadly, I could have put, anyway, something different, but first name is here, and then first name, last name. First name on the first column, last name here, and then company name. Anyway, you get the deal here. You can Control X, Control V, which cut and paste, and that's it. Here, oh, very, very important. They teach us how to use some formulas, okay? I won't go through what all they say here because they have the length formula, LEN, and I don't want to get into this, but it can be really useful, separating based on space again. But I will go through the left and the right column, so follow me here. What the left and the right column does is it's gonna go on a cell that is a reference and it's gonna grab the first 5, 3, 4, 6 numbers. Okay, so let's say you have a social insurance number. I'll put some data here. I'll put it in pink so you see. I have no pink here, rip. Okay, so let's say you have a social insurance number and that goes like this, okay? And I don't know why, but for some reason you want to split it in 3. Again, you could use the text by delimiter as I showed you. You could use flash fill. You know, you have a long list of social insurance number. But what you could do as well is use the left, mid B, and write formula. Those formula are gonna save your fucking life, okay? I swear. Okay, so we're gonna go left and open the parenthesis, and then I go select the text. My text is here, it's the 225.999.655, and then they ask me how many characters you want, and the answer is 3, because I want the first 3 numbers, right? So it gives me the 225, and then we have the mid B formula, and then the right formula. So you see me coming here, let's go the mid B. So what does mid B say? It's kind of the same thing as left. You click on your text, and then you tell me where do you want me to start, which character, okay? So you have 2 to 5, that's the first 3. You have a space, that's the fourth. And you have the 9, that's the fifth. So we want to start at the fifth. And then how many numbers you want me to give you back? 3, right? So I go equal mid B, select my text, the first character, which is the fifth, and then the third, the 3 next characters. So I get the 999, and then I get the right. It's the same as left, except it starts by the right, easy. So I select my text, and then I want the 3 last numbers, so comma 3, boom. So if I had a long list of social insurance number, I could just drag the corner, the bottom right corner of my cell, and just drag it down, right? So I don't have to retype anything, or I just select everything, Control C, select where I want to paste, Control V. Easy, right? Let's get back into it. Alrighty. So that was the split. So it's really useful to split data in Excel. It's gonna save you a ton of time instead of typing it again and everything. We're gonna go see the transpose function. All right. So transpose function is actually, I'm actually surprised. A lot of people don't notice. They're gonna go type again, but I'm gonna show you here. Okay. So what it does, it's when you want to take something that is horizontal and put it back vertical. Sometimes you're screen sharing. It's better to see the data in a specific way. So that will be the case here. So what it tells us to do here is to select all the data here, and then we're going to try to follow those steps, okay? There. So select the data here, Control C, then we click on the yellow cell, and in the Home tab, they want to click on the little arrow below the paste, and then paste values transposed way, right? Boom, here you go. So your bread, donuts, cookies that was in a column are now rows here, right here. So that's a way to do it. Let's hit Control Z, undo, and let's do it another way. So I take it and they tell me Control Alt V. So that's a shortcut. I don't really like it. I don't feel like it's intuitive at my end, so I'm going to show you the best way. Anyway, click Transpose, then it switch the data. But what I do normally is I just Control C, right click, and then right here, as you see the 2 little arrows, right and bottom, you click them, boom, easy clap in the chat. All right, so transpose with a formula, I didn't even know it was actually a formula, but you can do it another way, equal transpose, and I'm guessing I want to do this. It's actually the easiest way, right? So I learn every day in Excel, guys. Excel is such a huge tool you learn every day. So that was an array formula, equal transpose, you select your data, and then boom, it shifts. And what's cool with this one is probably that when you swap something, let's say I swap to 50 on the donuts, which was 100 before, it swaps over here as well in pink. And when I swap cookies, 60 instead of 40, it swaps as well. Boom, easy. All right. We're gonna go sort and filter. So sort and filter is probably something that is gonna save you ton of time. And I'm gonna add some stuff here because I don't feel like this tab is really complete. Some stuff I just learned a few days ago. It's just crazy. All right, so something I will just add real quick. See, like I get those hashtag here in November. So some people could do, hey, what's that? What's going on? It's because Excel doesn't have enough space in the column. So what I like to do is just click on your table, Control A, or just select all your data, and then click on Alt HOI. ahoy. I always love to remember it as ahoy. It's gonna split your columns. If you can't remember it, it's fine. Let's hit Control Z. Just go here, select your columns, and see when your cursor becomes like a weird line with arrows, you just double click and it's gonna put all your data in a auto fit way, let's say. Okay, so that's really important. Some people freak out because when you zoom in or zoom out, it could be, see, when I zoom out, like, it's weird, it puts some hashtags. So Control A, Alt H O I, right? So here, I want to talk about sort and filter. Sorry, I'm kind of like freestyling, YOLOing through Excels. I kind of like those live, and making sure the VOD is still there. If you have any question, once again, in the chat or in the description, any personal question, anything you'd like me to go over. If you like what you see so far, make sure you hit the big thumbs up and share this channel with your colleagues. Okay, enough selling out, guys. We are here to learn Excel, piggy bank. All right, let me have a sip. Alrighty, okay. I won't go too much into the shortcut, but what you want to do is filter. It's really useful. So you click Shift sometimes if you want to select up to this place, boom, and you click at the end of your data. And then here in the Home tab, you have the Sort and Filter. And we're going to go through the filter first, okay? You click Filter, and as you can see here, I'll zoom a little bit. There are some little arrows that pop at every top, like in my headers, right? So what we could do here is, let's say, okay, I want only one department. I want the produce department. You go here, you uncheck select all, and you just click on produce. And then here you go, you have only the produce department. So you can do any kind of combination here. What I like to do as well is filter by colors. So let's say I want only some specific, like, okay, I want, I don't know, I'll go this one, this one, this one, and this one. I use this very often because when I want to like clean the data and like remove the noise, I put stuff in color, and then I click on the column on the little arrow that I colored, and you go filter by color. It's really, I don't know how to say that in English, but it sounds really stupid, but it's really helpful. Sometimes when you just want to highlight specific lines or whatever, so that's how you do it. I'm gonna hit Control Z again, and I'm gonna remove the colors, whatever. Anyways, don't need to remove the colors. Other thing that I like to do is filter by top. They don't say it here, but it's so useful, guys. So many times I was like this, and I was using the rank formula, and then I was like this, and I was like, okay, F4, and then it was so long, and I wanted to know which one was the first, you know? And then I was like, okay, the first is the meat, you know. So I was using a stupid formula, but it's all built in, guys. Excel, Microsoft, they taught it for us. So what you can just do, if you want to know who's my top 3 sellers in December, you just click here on the arrow again, and you go on number filter, and you click on top 10, right? And then here you have this that pops. See my arrow in pink? You go by top or bottom. You want the 3 worst or the 3 best. You click top, and then you click, I want the top 3 best. So my top 3 sellers in December were the meat chicken, the bakery desserts, and the meat beef. Easy clap in the chat. Thank you so much. All right, what else could we do here? So that was the filter by top. The filter, guys, you're gonna use it every time. Use it every time, especially in share screen. If you do a presentation, it's so easy. So yeah, what we could do is sort. I mean, this one is pretty simple. So we could go here. I don't like to use sort, to be honest with you. I feel like it's always messy, but you could go here, sort largest to smallest, and there you go. What I would prefer to do is go here into data and then sort, click here. So it's going to pop you like some kind of menu, and then you can put some level. Like, let's say I want to sort on the category first, and then on which was the highest sales in December for this category. So you go like this, like you go sort by the category, by example. I want A to Z, and then I will add a level. I want A to Z, but then from A to Z, I want to know like which one is the top in December. Add a level. So sort by X, then by Y, Cell values, largest to smallest, click OK. So it's going to sort A to B, and then my second filter, let's say, second sort criteria will be by the sales in December, right? I think that's it for the filters and the sort. The top and bottom. That's weird. Top and bottom filters are probably the best, to be honest, and the filter by color really useful. All right, that was it. Sort by date or by color. We went through that. More ways to filter data. All right. Oh yeah, that's true. That's really great. That's really great. We have some options to filter by specific criteria. So here I just click on the arrow again and I go on numbers filters, and then I go greater than or greater than equal than, So I want to have anything that is above 2000. I put 2000, or you can put or like above 2000 or below, I don't know, 529. So I will exclude the Dave line here that is 1.6K. And here you go. So you can do like all that kind of stuff. Sometime if you have a specific question like, hey, tell me which were the sales above 2K this week, and like you're going to go just really fast with those filters. It's going to save you a ton of time. All right. Number 6, tables. Okay, so here I never use tables. Okay, I never use tables. They can be useful. Okay, don't get me wrong here. They can be useful. So what a table do is actually it's gonna make some data, like a range of data, more like easy to do formulas with, and you can name the range of the table so you can reference it. We're gonna go really quick because, as I told you, I don't really use this, but it can be useful if you're not used with Excel, and you can have a page that is called tables, and you put all your data. Let's say like I don't know, you run a car department and you have a table for the Toyota cars, you have another table for the Hyundai cars, you have another table for the Volkswagen, I don't know, like you sell used cars or whatever. You could have one table by tab at the bottom of your Excel. So, and you could name them. So what you could do is like always equal Volkswagen, by example. You get it? So let's get deep into it. So here I have like normal data. So that's just data that they enter there, boom, and they want to transform it to a table. So I will show you something as a table. You can go in insert, so you select your data, and then you click on table, and then it asks you the range. I already selected it, and my table has headers. Okay, and then see how like it just transformed that. So now your data is a table. So if I enter some data here, normally it will work like it will be added to the table, right? Where if it was not a table, you will have to do your filters again, but Excel detects that it's a table because it's just adjacent data to it, and pretty much it. So I just added a line here. So it's transforming my data into some kind of, like, I would say, like a table. Anyways, you have the table design tab that popped up at the top, and it you can switch rapidly the style of your table, like really quick. If you want to make it more visual, easier to see, you have those little thing at the top, and what you could do as well, something that is cool, is you could put the totals with just a click. No need to use formulas, and yeah, that's it. So that's a table. So what a table is nice is, as well as, you could add another column here like January, and as you can see, you could put like, just enter your data here. You get the deal here. So table can be really useful, and you can name your table here. Anyways, I won't go really further into it. Oh, as you can see, like the total here, let's do alt equal. So see like how it's giving me weird stuff. It's because it's a table. So I did alt equal, and what it does, like double click here, don't see the hashtag, is since it's a table, it detects that, okay, it should have the same behavior, right? So let me fill that out for you. It can be useful. It can be weird sometime. Like Excel, I don't want Excel to like decide for me. So that's why I don't use them personally. Uh, yeah. And see, like that's what they tell here. Like if you're not really used with Excel and you say, okay, I want to put 30, it shows me when you have a little like a little green triangle here, Excel detects that your cell doesn't have the same pattern. Guys, when I review myself, I don't know how many times I found an error because of this little green arrow. If you see a green arrow, it means Excel says like, yo, there's something wrong with this cell. It's different from the pattern that I see from the cells above, the cells to the left, the cells to the right. And so it's very important, right? So these little thing, these little triangle, green triangle, and you can click on whatever the yellow triangle here it pops, and it tells me like, you know, like there is something wrong. And you can, if you're sure, you can just ignore error. But if you're not sure, like in this specific case, I hit 30 by accident, I replaced the total. Anyways, uh anyway, yeah, here they give us a shortcut to make a table, which is Control Shift T. Anyways, so that was it for the table. Not much value added here. I don't use them personally. It can be useful. It's just it's preference. Drop down menus, guys, super useful, super useful, super useful. So the drop down menu, if you share a Excel spreadsheet with someone, you want to standardize all the departments. So let's say you have a department that is called produce. You don't want it with a S. You always want it typed the same way. So then you can use the sum if formula on the produce without S. If you want your department that is called bakery, always type the right way. You should use the drop down menus, excuse me. So I will show you how. Okay, so here I have my food to the left and the department. So what I want to do is I want to select all the place that I want a drop down list. I want to go to data and I want to click on data validation. I click here. And then Excel asks me, okay, what do you want to allow? Dude, tell me how do you say allow in the chat, please, in the comments. What do you want to allow? Anyway, ALLOW. I want to allow a list, right? And what is the source of this list? Well, here you could just type whatever you want to allow, like 1, 2, 3. So if I do OK, what it's gonna give me? Only thing is 1, 2, 3 I can put in there. If you want to type 5 because someone is stupid and you know, like tell them, yo, press 1, 2, or 3 and they put 5 because whatever, they are on drugs at work, then Excel gives you an error, right? But anyways, so we're gonna hit Control Z real quick. What I wanted to show you, so you can input value, you have to separate them with a comma. Sometimes it's easier, but if you want to have a specific list that stays somewhere else on your Excel sheet, you click on data validation, allow list, and then the source, and then you click on the little arrow here, and then you tell Excel where is my source that I want to allow. Anyways, you will understand. So I want to allow the department, the produce, meat, and bakery. And then I select them, I click enter, and then OK. And then see what happens, guys. You can only put meat, bakery, blah, blah, blah. And if I want to change it, let's say, oh no, it's not the produce, guys, it's the produce one. I go here, and boom, it automatically updated. You don't need to type everything. So that's pretty cool. To be honest, a drop-down list, it's a must. It's a must. Sometimes I use some review template, approver, by example, and I put like the 3 VPs or whatever with their names and everything. So I just use a drop-down list. Super easy. Everybody, it stays consistent data. And then if I want to analyze my data, let's say I want to filter, Control Shift L, and then produce is always typed the same way. and I just filter real quick. So we are integrating the filters that we saw in section 5 onto this. All right, so here what they say is that you can create a table with your department, which is really important. It could be really useful because what it will do is when you add a department, it will automatically add this department in your drop-down list, and that's pretty much it. All right, we're going into analyze. So what they talk to us about the analyze here is my accent today is insane, guys. I'm from Canada, by the way. Let's drink to that. All right, straight from Quebec. So what they tell us here, oh my God, I love this function. Guys, I just discovered this like few months ago. I cannot share this enough. So my favorite thing here, and watch out guys, don't blink. You select your data and then look at what happens here. I have something that pops, a quick analysis, Control Q for the shortcut people out there. Control Q for quick, and then look at this. I have the spark line. I really fucking love the spark line, to be honest. Look at this line, and then what don't you see? You see a trend. The trend that is calculated here. So the first line from produce and veggies is 30, 80, 30. So you can see that there was a spike here and then it went down. You can see that the produce fruit are on freaking fire, man. It was a festival. We sold so much produce fruit. They are on fire. Oh my God, this grocery store is going crazy. So you get the deal, guys. You can, again, select your data, Control Q. You can put it in little columns if it's clearer for you. It just gives you really quick what's going on. You can put some different color. I really like the pink, guys, just like my hat. I don't know why, but the pink is just crazy. So that's it. Control Q. You can do all kind of analysis, data bars. I love this as well because you can see. Okay, so here, oh, you can see that. Oh, those guys are green. The meat beef and the meat chicken, of course, in December when it's Christmas, it sold a lot. So a lot of stuff, guys, I'll let you explore. You can make some charts real quick, like this, like super easy, right? I didn't have to do anything. I have a charts here. And if you will want to have it by month, by example, you just click here on switch row and column at the top and see it's like October, which is month 1. You can see what you sold the most. I sold some salads here. I sold some 90K of salads. That's a shitload of salads, right? In the month of October. So yeah, Control Q, guys. It's gonna save you ton of time. What else? What else could I show you? You have all kind of charts. You have totals that you could add there. And that's pretty much it. They suggest me to put this in a table as we saw earlier, and pretty much. Quickly make a chart. So they show Control Q. I can show you Alt F1, which is also kind of crazy. Really quick, makes a bar chart. By the way, I have a really great live stream that I did on the charts. If you're into making charts, I just kind of freestyle through Excel, through all the kind of charts, the pie charts. I'll try to put a link in the description. The pie charts, the bar charts, how to make cool looking slides, all that kind of stuff. Because, you know, like sometimes charts can be really annoying to do. Like you don't know how to structure your data. It comes out really weird. So yeah, that's it. So let's get back into Excel, guys. They are showing us how to do Sparkline and everything in this tab. 40 minutes into the stream, we are almost over. We have the charts here. I don't think I want to get deep into this. I will just refer you to my other video that I'll put a link in the description. 50 minutes, I think, on charts. Guys, I do charts for a living. That's what I do every fucking day of my life. So I show you a lot of stuff here in the other video, especially this one. I think this one is worth mentioning. Let me try. Okay, the camera is not hiding. So they they put the secondary axis here. So this one is really important. So when you do a chart, you can do a combo chart. I'll go real quick about this one. I'll go real quick. So what you do is Alt F1 to insert a chart, and then you can go here on change the chart type at the top. and then you can go to combo, and I didn't check their data, so you can just click that. If you want the food sales to be aligned, by example, you click on the secondary axis here, uh, like this, right? So the line is the food sales and it's fed on the right axis. Anyway, just so you know it exists, I want to go deeper into this. It will be all in the video in the description. Guys, I will just want to remind you, if you like what you see, if you want to support me, it's completely free. You just send $100 check to, I will put my address in the description. I'm kidding, guys. If you want to support me, just put a like on the video. YouTube algorithm will take care of the rest. It's going to share the video to a similar audience. If you have the gut, put a subscribe. I do a lot of content. I put my heart into all of this just to help you guys. I don't get a single dollar from all of this. Thank you so much. Back into it. All right, so that was the charts. We're gonna go into pivot table. And guys, if you don't know what a pivot table is, you are at the right place. I should have started by pivot table. I also have a pivot table guide on my channel. Guess what, guys? I'm covering every Excel basic in very different, edited, well edited, funny video on this very specific channel. So feel free to have a look and lose yourself, M&M reference, into this channel. Let's fucking go, guys. Sorry, I'm very excited. So we are gonna do a pivot table. Pivot table is used when you have a large data set and you want to summarize your data and pivot your stuff, right? It says it. So we're gonna go here. I will have to move my camera a little bit so you see everything. I'll put it in the middle. There you go, straight up in the middle of your screen, boys. We're gonna select the data. We're gonna click insert, and we're gonna go in pivot table here, and Excel asks me, okay, what's the range and where you want to put your pivot table. I will click existing worksheet. I'll put it here at age whatever, I3. Okay, so here I have a menu that popped at the right. So what the pivot table is useful for is you want to summarize data, right? So here, by example, in the column product, I have 2 times soda. If I want to know how much soda I sold, it's easy. I could just add those two. At the very bottom of your Excel, guys, you have, when you select data, you have the sum, 2K by example. But here, it's easy, right? Because you could just do it on your head at 2.1K. I have only 2 lines. But imagine you have like 25 lines of soda, which represent one sale sale per day. Sorry, it's really tough. So that's why you will have a pivot table. I have my pivot table here to the right. I click on it. I have my pivot table fields here. So what I would like to do is I would like to know how much I sold by product. So I will drag the product into the rows. So I have my soda, my beer, my wine, and I will put the amount into the values, right? So here I have my data summarized. So my beer, it added the thing here, and it added everything else, my wine, my soda. So it's super easy, guys. A pivot table, and why they call it the pivot table is you could pivot the data. Of course, if you want to put it as a column, you just drag your product into column, and it gives like some kind of weird data, but like you get the deal here, right? What I like to do here is I'll put it back into row, and you could add who's the sell person, right? So let's say I want to say how much my people sold. So how much Anne sold during this month. She sold only beer, while Mark, he sold soda and wine, and you can see how much by product that they sold. If you want to split it again with some more information, you could put the product before, and it will give something like that. So for the soda, who are my top sellers? So imagine the power of pivot table, guys. When you have like a large data set of like 3,000 lines, it saves life. And you could do something like this. So you could put the sell person. So you can see here that Anne, she sold 2.1K of beer, while Maria, she sold 1.6K of soda. And then you have your grand total of sales here. Something I will show you. I know it's not like really beginner, but if you bring this to the table at your work, you're gonna be a hero. So we're gonna go like this, And I don't really like how it's shown here, right? So I will go in the pivot table analyze tab, sorry, the design tab. I always get those wrong. And I will go in show tabular form. I don't know why, it just feels so much better. And I will remove the subtotal. Do not show subtotals at the top left here. And then I will repeat all item labels in the report layout tab. So that's how I like to look at my pivot table most of the time. You can even do like, you could Control C, copy your data. You could do some filters. You can do a lot of stuff, guys. And even here again, what you could do is a value filter, putting, you know the drill here, putting what we learned and put the value filters on the top 10. And you could say, okay, give me the top 3 items by sum of amount, and it's gonna filter your items here. I think it doesn't work because I didn't use the right thing, but anyway, you get the deal. It works always normally. And boom. So you have your top 3 here, which was the filter. So you can just combine stuff, guys, combine the pivot table with the filters and everything. So I think that was it for today, guys. Thank you so much for watching this video. If you can do me a favor, just give it a big thumbs up, share the video or share the channel with your colleagues. It's completely free, guys. I'm trying to work on building my first guide, like a real product that I will probably give for the first I will give it out completely free. So give me your ideas in the comment. Tell me what was your aha moment of this video, what you like, what you didn't like. And if it's the hat that you didn't like, sorry, but it's here to stay. I'm kidding, of course. Thank you so much, guys, for watching this video, and see you next time. Make sure you follow this channel. There is a lot of value added, and we are just getting started.